All right, hi again everybody. We are going to go through active transport in this video. So let's go ahead and jot that down. So we're looking at active transport as opposed to passive transport. So this type of transport you actually need to input energy, okay? So we are going to do this with the addition of ATP, okay? So transport that requires ATP. Okay, so remember this is the form of energy used in cells. Oops. Okay, and so take a look here. You see that these circles, you know, if they were to move across, they would go from here to here, high to low concentration. So the concentration gradient, the natural flow of things is from high concentration to low. But you'll notice that this protein right here is pumping from low to high. So it's going opposite the concentration gradient, okay? So low concentration to high. Okay, so the cell does this when it's trying to stockpile something. So imagine like an amoeba in a pond, okay? An amoeba is just a single-celled organism. And let's say there's nutrients around. Okay, so he's going to want to absorb those nutrients and pull them into the cell, okay? Eventually, there's going to be more inside his body than on the outside, but it's still to his benefit to keep absorbing more food, so more and more will come in, all right? So this is when we actually need active transport, because these things aren't going to naturally stockpile in the cell this way. And so you'll see here the addition of ATP is required. And we still have a carrier protein. It's just a protein that uses the energy of ATP to pump molecules either in or out, depending on where it needs to go. And if you think about it, this same amoeba in a lake is going to need to get rid of waste. So it's going to have to actively transport waste out. Okay. So even if there's a little bit of waste in its body, it still needs to get out, despite what might be around him. So ATP would be used there and an embedded transport protein. Okay, so this situation is called a protein pump specifically. All right, now let's take a look. Over here, notice that we're taking in a lot of stuff at once. So this is called endocytosis. Okay, so you might recall those microtubules you guys learned about before. What's going to happen is these things, these microtubules, these proteins, are going to start to pull back some of the cell membrane here. And you'll see some of these guys push forward, okay? So some of these microtubules are going to push this area forward, and they're going to form what's called a vesicle. Okay, and so they bring their surroundings into this vesicle, and you see this will eventually pinch off and come inside. This is very energy intensive. So to move these microtubules and arrange everything, this definitely requires ATP. So let's make sure we add that in so we remember. All right, and so endocytosis is where we bring very large molecules, like say a virus would come in this way. So viruses are kind of shaped like this. So therefore viruses, our immune system takes care of bacteria like this. So either whole cells or, you know, very large molecules like this. It can also pull in large amounts of water this way if it wanted to. All right, so there's receptors on the outside. There's these proteins that sense kind of what's on the outside, and these guys are going to communicate with the inside of the cell to make sure that the correct things are coming in. Okay, so if these guys don't match the receptors, they don't end up coming in. All right, now there is a situation where we can use the same technique but to move things out. Okay, so this is called exocytosis. All right, so this little vesicle here will come actually attached to this outside of the cell. All right, and basically this will open up and these will be let out. Okay, so same kind of thing. So if we need to get rid of a large amount of waste, this could happen, or some large protein like this, it would come out through exocytosis, okay? So those are the main three types of active transport. So protein pumps, endocytosis, and exocytosis. So that's what you'll need to know for Monday's quiz. Sorry for the tardiness of this video. Good luck, everybody.